Okay, we are live. All right, JB, step on up. I know you subscribed. You just commented a few minutes ago, so I know you got the notification. I know you got the notification. Step on up. Because you're in the comment section, got a whole lot to say. Step on up. So I'm the bully, and you hit me in the nose. Step on up. So we're going to wait. So you know so much about the blue pill and the black pill. You want to defend your boy with that weak argument? Step on up. Hey, she's simply unique. Oh yeah, twerking in the comment section. Well, he been doing it, man. I want to see. So he had this. He said I'm a bully, and he thinks he punched me in the nose. So I don't have an argument. So now, we just commented a few minutes ago. So I know he gets the. I know. Yeah, I know you get. If you go back into the last video I did and look at the comment section, put his name in, you'll find it. So now he thinks I'm hiding. He wants to go back and forth in the comment section. Step on up. I was very clear about what I said. I was very clear about man, and I've been consistent since day one about it on both sides. Now I don't care whether he's overly confused or what. He wanted to call me out. Now I'm here, so he can step on up. I know he just can't. I know he just commented it, so I know he gets the. I know he gets the notifications. Because he wants to defend Obsidian. Now, Obsidian's been very consistent with this. And I don't have any problem. There's weak dudes that are in the ghetto, just like there's weak dudes in the boardroom. There's no difference. And manhood is not predicated on money. I wish it was, but it's not. Even the white guys know that manhood is not predicated on money. That's not a Obsidian beef. I got no beef with him. It's one of his subs, his acolytes. I'm the man of means. That doesn't mean anything. Man of means is a personal achievement. Has nothing to do with manhood. You can be a man of means and had inherited wealth. That doesn't mean anything. Whether you manhood doesn't know anything about money, because if that was the case, we'd have died out a long time ago. Hey, well, why'd you show up on my channel, T. Taylor? If uh, if you want to go back to Cerulean's page, be my guest. You didn't have to type it. Oh yeah, that's I've known that. My advisor, he was worth like $2-3 million, and he told me that a long time ago. He told me that a long time ago. Hell, every rich dude that I talk to says the same thing. You know, um, if a dude leaves with his money, it's a trap. Okay, he's trapping. He's not looking for a relationship. He's trapping. Dude leaves with his money, he's trapping. And you know what you get when you trap. You're trying to get a particular outcome. So you lead with your money. If you're looking for a relationship, um, then you're trying to find out if she wants you for you. Now, some dudes go out and they use their money and their car and their clothes as a trap. It's a trap. That's what we used to call it when we back in the day when we were young. We called it a trap. We knew what we were doing. That's bait. That's bait. When you pull up in a Ferrari, I mean they do it all the time when they catfish chicks. They'll a bum on the corner will hold up a sign, or a dude will hit on a chick. And he's dressed in regular clothes, and she'll walk by him, and he jump in a Ferrari, and she comes back around. They know that the car is a bait. People know that the car is bait. We used to call it. We used to call the car and the clothes a trap. It's there to it's bait to trap women. But uh, this thing going this I'm gonna pay all your bills, man. You know what? Dudes, these dudes need to be sit in a circle of married women and hear how they talk. If they respect their husband, they respect their husband. I don't even talk about him, but they respect their husband. And I have never heard a woman who was married to a husband that respected him on the amount of money that he made ever. Whether it was a little bit, whether they were struggling, or it was a lot. Either she respected him or she didn't. And there's some chicks with a lot that had husbands with a lot, and I know chicks that had husbands with a lot of money, and that's how he got her. That wasn't respect, that was compliance. I will pay for Netflix. I don't know why the top 5% would actually roam the chats. You're hidden. Why are you hidden, Archer? I ain't never bounced you, Archer. Girl, does you? Yeah, well, Prince, we know, man. We know how it is. Even dudes that sling penis know what it is, man. That's why I said both sides. If you there from 12 to 5, you know what it is, man. And she don't. You know a woman, your woman that you're a keeper when your woman takes you around her friends. That's when you know she's serious. If she don't take you around her friends, you just something to do. And the there is no difference between a dude that pays and a dude that screws. Okay, you're there for a purpose. And depending on what she wants, what she needs, she's gonna choose one or the other. But that doesn't mean she respects the dude that bangs her any more than she respects the dude that pays. If you're there for a purpose, if she gonna respect you as a person, she gonna respect you as a person. Oh, DoorDash. Yeah, 12 to 5. Yeah, you know how it is, man. Don't let daylight catch you. Yeah, you think you doing something, man, and you think you got her head all wrapped around, and you see her the next day with her dude, and she looking at you like, don't say nothing. Just like a married dude with a side chick. Ain't no difference. Women are not stupid. Okay, we think women are stupid. Women can tell. Just because you throw money at a chick doesn't mean she. Same thing if you throw money at a dude. The only thing is women will comply. They can play the game. It's harder for a dude to play the game if she's paying. Well, if you pay to bang, well then basically, um, if you're paying and you bang, then hey, you're the one that's supposed to get pleased. If you pay to bang and she's a little bit bad lay, I don't know what you're paying for, but some dudes do. You can't pay your way into you can't pay for her respect. Either she does, she doesn't. Well, that's what you're there for. That's what you're there for. But the old Max man, if basically the old Max man back in the day, if they're banging a chick and they were doing it well, they didn't do that shit for free, man. They didn't do that shit. The old Max didn't do that shit for free. If I'm a 12 to 5 guy, I'm not doing that shit for free. Yeah, when she saw you, yeah, you just you're just there to you're just there to please her. That's all it is, man. You're there for a purpose. Just like pimps don't let them get away with it. Because if you don't please her, she don't get an orgasm, she gonna get pissed. So you're the one actually performing. And the thing is, you're performing for free. Max don't perform for free. If they know you got a dude and you decide dudes, they don't perform for free. Yeah, well, man, it's gonna be lustful. It is what it is. We'll keep that stuff in check. No, I mean, if you want to keep if you want to keep a chick with friends for benefits, and that's what you want to do, it's fine. It's harder for men if she's paying because both men and women look down on you if you're being taken care of by a woman. So basically, if if a woman's paying and taking care of you, either you got to be down on your luck, or better have a whole lot of money because both men and women gonna look down on you. Well, pimps don't do it because that's not what it's about. That's not what the pimp is doing. When pimp knows he's not there for that. And rides aren't. Well, the thing is, basic rides aren't free. If you care for the chick and the chick, if you care for the chick cares for you. You have a relationship. That's different. She's gonna give you her respect because she wants to give you her respect because she cares for you. Uh, man, I don't know, too many married dudes, man. My partner included, man. You know, he married his last wife, and she was a decent woman. She wasn't like she was bad or anything like that. But hell, you could, man. He used to have to fight for respect. He was paying. The dude was working 60, 70 hours a week. He's pulling in. This was like 10, 15 years ago. He's pulling in 80K a year, which is more. The top 10% of all dudes. And she wasn't working. They were taking. They had three kids and a nice house and a nice living, and he worked his ass off, worked himself to death, and he had to fight for his respect. Just because you pay doesn't mean you're going to get respect. I know that. I've seen it too many times, man. I'm a retired side dude. Well, if you're a retired side dude, you know how it works, man. If you're a retired or side dude, man, is probably one of the brokest dudes. Unless you got a real good profession. You know, if you're a side dude, you got a whole lot of chicks that you servicing, man. That's time consuming, man. A woman is time consuming. It ain't even about the sex; it's about the time. You just can't run in there for 30 minutes and run back out. Women do know what they want. They're just not honest about it, Dion. They do know what they want. They're just not honest about it. But I'm gonna wait for this dude to show up. If not, I'm gonna bounce because I know Angry Man. If you guys looking at Angry Man, man, you guys don't have to come over here, man. I'm just waiting on this dude. I'm sure somebody, if he shows up, I'm sure somebody's gonna tell you. Well, I think you still had a forced frame, but the thing is if you got before you start even paying bills, before you let her move in, she got to respect you. You- Man, the life of a Mac is man, life of a Mac is very busy. If you're not getting no reward for it, I'm gonna wait for him to show up. If now I'm gonna hold it to it. Hold you guys to it. If I put in the link, it's only gonna be 30 minutes. But I want to make sure. But he says I'm ducking. So, um, and I know he gets the notification. In fact, let me go back and put this link into the comment. I'm sure he's commenting as I'm talking. I'm almost positive because that's what he does. But I'll give him 5 more minutes. He doesn't show up. I'll open it up for about 30 minutes. I'm just tired of I'm just tired of it, man. If why are you pounding your chest, putting dudes down because he's a 50-50 nigga? So what? Just get tired of that, man. So what? That's his relationship. And black dudes ain't, black dudes ain't been 100% since we got here. Chicks had to work. Chicks, black chicks been had to work, man. This ain't new. This shit ain't, they act like this shit is new. This shit ain't new. White men are going through the exact same thing, man. What's his name? Roller Tomasi's talk about being zeroed out, where these white dudes uh, taking care of the kids and all that kind of stuff and paying all the bills and killing themselves working 80 hours a week. Come home one day, chick's gone. Shoot, there was a story, I might find it, where this lawyer chick, man, she married this the lawyer making like earning like $500,000 a year, man. They living in this exclusive community in Orange County, and they found out this chick was banging the fireman when he was at work. And said the fireman was a real man and not like her husband. And the fireman had a wife. That's what boggles my mind. Fireman had a wife. Say, money does not buy you respect. Yeah, he's back. I knew he was 5 minutes ago. Told you he's in the comments section. Told you in the comments section. Nah, I don't. I know he's listening, dude. I don't want to hear you arguing in the comment section. Get your ass on. Told you he's in the comment section. But anyway, that means he's gonna punk out because he's a pussy. He's a comment section pussy. Because this is the second time, man. He smack, talking smack. I put his name in the title, told him step up. I'm at work, or I can't come to the phone. Your mama won't let him come to the phone. Because I told you he was in the comment section. Well, anyway, let me open it up. Maybe he'll get comfortable to somebody else. Well, I'm saying that I've said that money does not make you a man. I mean, if you're smart enough and you're disciplined enough and you work hard enough, a man can make money. But money itself does not make you a man, and too many people find it out. Well, even the white guys know. They call them beta simps. The mama and daddy sent you to get an education. You got a good corporate job. You make a whole lot of money, and you're they call you a blue pill simp. Okay, okay. I'm gonna say this before I put the link in. You're not paying her or paying the bills to actually facilitate her. You're facilitating your household, and she's part of it. You pay the bills, you take care of the stuff, you buy the food to facilitate your household. You're not taking care of her per se. You're taking care of your household. If her household means that she does not work or she does not pay or whatever it is, the agenda that you set out, that's what you're paying for. You're not paying for her respect. You should have her respect before she even moves in. You don't have her respect before she moves in, she shouldn't be there. If you want to buy the chick, let her stay at her own place. I know a whole bunch of dudes, man, were doing that. They get a young chick, they pay her bills, but they pay her rent so she can stay in her own place. So when it's time to cut it off, they cut it off. Or I'm done. They can walk away. She's not in your household. But you know that you're paying for. I have no problem with dudes paying for chicks. If you want to pay for a chick and you want to take care of her because of whatever, at least know that's what it is. But don't pretend that it's something that it's not. That's all I'm saying. Some people do. If you got the cash and you want to take care of her because you want access to her, and that's the only way you can get it, and you really want it, it's like you pay for a car. You can pay for it. Some dudes' fun money is more than that. More than that. And some dudes with a whole lot of money, they're not paying her. They're not paying her to take care of. They're paying her so they can have access to her, and she will shut the fuck up. That's weak coming from somebody that knows better about what. If you want access to the chick and you willing to pay for it, pay for it. But no, that's what it is. Them rich dudes that pay and have sugar babies and mistresses on the side, they know what it is. That's not their wife. And when they're done with it, they're done with it. They toss her to the side. If that's what you want. The thing is, don't mistake that for respect. That's all I'm saying. If you can afford it, you can pay for it. And sometimes that shit is easier. At my age, I'm 60, dude. It's easier for me to pay for a chick than it is for me to have her in my goddamn house.
What's going on, BJ?
Hey, Michael, what's going on?
Shout out to you. What's going on, What's going on, BGS? What's going on, Michael?
What's going
What's
on,
up?
BMT? You know what, BGS? This actually is a little bit this is a little bit disappointing.
What's that?
This video you dropped today, and it just dawned on me because this is a game that I play with my daughter all the time, which is knowing how to negotiate with a losing hand. Right? We see the economy, what's coming up from your dark news video with the economy. So I try to get her to think about how she's gonna be able to play her hand, right? When certain things are taken from her.
Right.
This is sad that dudes have the hand and don't know how to negotiate.
Okay. You know what the
Because
problem? You know what the problem really is, Mike?
What's that?
Really, the problem is these dudes are so love starved. They're so love starved that they're willing to pay for it and pretend that it's love.
Yeah, because you know it's fun. I find it funny how I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and so she was talking about I guess it was a new article talking about women working and women doing house chores, and I said, cool, I understand that. I says, but how much do you think it costs for me to lay down in my life for this family?
Right.
Right. And she just looks at me and she's like, well, if you love me, you'll do that. I says, well, you're getting love for love. So those two are already taken care of. Protection has different you need to negotiate for that. Right. I'll give you pussy. I says, but you're getting a paycheck. So I says the problem is y'all don't know how to negotiate. You're gonna do all the house chores if this is what you want, right? I'm saying you're gonna do all the house chores because I'm putting up my protection for this family. And on top of that, you bringing the kid into the family. I'm laying down my life for him. Right? People just not knowing, like you said before, what's for your relationship is your relationship. But people do not know how to negotiate. And it's fascinating when you drop this video today that brothers are finna get a winning hand and finna just give it all away. You can get everything. You're going to get everything you want anyways.
Yeah.
But you still need to have order and structure on paper of, hey, for this provide and protection, I'm getting your compliance, right?
Yeah.
You laying down your life for your family. That's the respect. That's how she's looking at it. You checking up on her and taking care of her, right? And being a helping hand, she might respect you in that way.
It's called sacrifice.
Yeah.
What
Exactly.
women would okay. You ever notice that say if a woman accepts you and you make say you make $20,000 a year, right?
Yeah.
And she accepts you, okay? She's not going to press you for something that you can't pay for, right?
Great.
If you do something and you make a stretch and you basically you maxed out and you show her something special, she's gonna accept that because she knows that you can't afford it anymore, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are sacrificing for her, right?
Yep.
Okay. Say you buy her a gift and you make it $20,000 a year, and basically it's not expensive, but the thing is it costs you because it's costing you so much money, right? Say a used car. Okay. For a guy making $20,000 a year, that's a stretch. That's a sacrifice, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, if you making $500,000, you buy the used car, she gonna look at you funny.
Mm-hmm.
Why you bring me this? And first thing she gonna say, you got more money than this. You can afford it. It's a slap in the face because it's not a sacrifice.
Gotcha. Yep. Yeah.
Basically, that's not even pocket money for you. She knows that women are not stupid. Okay,
Yeah.
they know what they respect is the sacrifice. Did you sacrifice for the kid? Did when you if you bang your brains out, man, going to work just to keep your lights on and food in the refrigerator and whatever it is, and you struggling, she respects that because that's fucking sacrifice. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what
No.
she
Exactly.
respects. She respects the sacrifice, not the. There's not necessarily the money. I mean, she might get tired of living a certain lifestyle, but the thing is, she respects the sacrifice that you do because you got to go out and bang 60 hours a week just to keep the lights on. She
Yo,
respects sacrifice. Go ahead.
DJ, mind if I jump in right quick? I want to say something about this. If you think you paying all the bills, you're gonna get respect. A lot of these brothers don't realize they're gonna what the women are gonna give them is death by 1,000 cuts. And I mean, they're gonna think because they're paying those bills, they're gonna get her respect. But she's gonna play that game with them just long enough. She's gonna whittle them down, and before they know it,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna be doing everything she fucking tells them to do the way she wants it done.
Mm-hmm.
But they gonna think they got that respect because in the beginning, she had that mask on.
Mm-hmm.
And most of these guys who think the money can buy them respect without having to maintain some type of frame,
Mm-hmm.
without they think that they're never going to be challenged,
Mm-hmm.
these are the biggest fools.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. If you leave with your money, you got to know what you're getting. If you leave with your money, you got to know what you're getting. That's just what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it. The thing is that um, if you're doing that, you come in and tell a woman you're gonna pay her bills, and she's struggling, she could be a fool not to take it. Okay, that doesn't mean that she's gonna respect you, and some women gonna call you a fool. Jump in if you want to jump in.
But that's also what you
Kendra.
had said. Hold on, Kendra, and I'm gonna get off for you guys. That's also what you said in terms when you went to Guatemala and you saw those women respecting those men.
Yeah.
Them ladies down there know their husbands gonna die for them and protect them when they last, every ounce.
Mm-hmm.
That's admirable. It's just like you said, it's sacrifice.
It's sacrifice. Yeah, if
It's
you had
sad
if
that
if you see if you down in that Guatemala sun, you got to work 13 hours to feed 5 kids or something like that. Even if you living in a shack, she know that you out there in that goddamn sun trying to feed these kids. Man, this sacrifice. She knows when a woman respects sacrifice. That's what she
Yeah.
respects.
Mm.
That's where you earn the respect of that woman. Go ahead, Kendra.
You know, the whole leading with the wallet thing,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell y'all from a woman's standpoint, that's stupid. Okay, because if you're gonna run into most women is gonna be like, oh, he a fool, let me bop his head.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just take the nigga for what he got. And he dishing out money, I'm gonna take it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna try to get it from him with as little input
Mm-hmm.
as I possibly can get away with. Because he came over here flashing his little money, so he must want to give it away.
Mm-hmm.
That's how chicks think, okay? You cannot, your money don't make her respect you. It make her want to get it from you. That's what your money do.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
it-
she should pick me for my
mm.
resources. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Kendra.
Was
They need to hear it from a woman.
um, she should pick me for my resources. I don't want to hear these same dudes talking about she a gold digger. You presenting it in front of her face for the whole purpose of her coming over there because you have money.
Mm-hmm.
And then these same dudes would be like, Well, she's gold digging. You know, all these gold digging bitches. But you got your money all out in the front. What you do that for? If you don't want her to just want you for your money, don't lead with it. Here's the thing. And I'm not going to propose to speak for every woman. I speak for myself in this case. Any man that I'm really dealing with, like if he's going to be my husband or something like that, he's getting my femininity and my respect and all of that off the bat. He actually gets that for free. He doesn't pay for that. When I get into a relationship, like when I was married or whatever, the money that my husband was paid, because he paid 100% of everything. When he did that, he wasn't buying my respect. What he was doing, that was his authority over me. That's what that was.
That was his responsibility to you.
It was his responsibility to me, and for me, it gave him authority over me. He could then dictate because he's paying. Now, if I'm with a dude that don't want to pay nothing, you can't have authority over me, because you can't now tell me how to go get my money, what I'm supposed to be doing, because how you telling me what to do, and if I don't do what you say, what's the consequence? You don't pay nothing. You don't even really want to deal with me on that kind of level. So now you can't have the authority, because how are you getting the authority? How do you get that? So that's my thing. When a man that deals with me, if he want respect from me, he gonna get that because he's a man and I see him as such, and I'm gonna give him the respect. The money doesn't have anything to do with my respect for him and how I'm gonna treat him and the femininity that he's gonna get.
He gets your compliance.
He's gonna get that anyway from me. But if he want authority, that is what he's going to pay for. He want authority. He want to be able to tell me where to go, how to go and come,
exactly.
And other stuff. Then that's where the money comes from.
That's what you got to pay for. That's what it's called compliance. In other words, if I want you to do something, and I want you to do something a certain way, and it's my way or the highway, then you have to pay for it. You got to pay for that.
And Kendra, I want to ask you a question about your late husband.
Yeah.
The protection that he would provide for you when you said because to him, from my point of view, when you speak about him, your femininity was priceless to him, right? So for him to lay down his life to protect you is also a priceless thing too. Am I correct?
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's one of the things I try to get my daughter to understand is, what are you offering up? Or even giving in terms of negotiating, right? So that she can understand that a man will lay down his life for a woman who's feminine and a little bit vulnerable.
Yeah. And a lot of, there's a lot of women don't tell it, but a lot of women, that's like I'm gonna have if they can't find a dude that's working, can't find a dude that can help her out, they'll have a dude just around so they don't have to be in the house by themselves, just for that reason. And they will pay for that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted her to speak on a time maybe her husband stepped in for and it just he showed his protection of her. I didn't know she had a story or not.
She got tons. he was that dude. Okay, she got tons of those stories. He was that dude.
Like I told that story before, where I don't really want to get into it again because every time I tell that story, it makes me emotional. But the time where I had that issue with the cop.
Oh yeah.
I was waiting outside the masjid, and this was like not too far after 9/11. So I was getting guns put in my face for being Muslim after 9/11.
Oh, okay.
And I was sitting in a parking spot across the street from the masjid, and he was in there, and then he had just gotten diagnosed for kidney failure, and he had not really started all his treatment, so he was really sick. And it was myself and my siblings in the car, my little brother and sister. And so I'm trying to shorten the story. Basically, the police came up while we were parked, and started harassing us. And the one of them even pulled his gun or whatever. And a couple of the brothers came out before my husband did and was like, you know what I'm saying, like trying to break that up. Like, what is y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, we know her, you know, so we know she not doing nothing. So like, what are y'all on with like harassing her, his kids in the car? Like, what y'all doing? So one of them was like, go get her husband, go get him. And so when they did go and get him, you know, he was in such a condition where he was leaning on people to walk. When he came out and saw what was going on, like he squared up, not to fight the police necessarily, but he stopped leaning on people and like, you know what I'm saying? Like he was like doing like a show of strength. Like he didn't want them to see him as weak because he was like went right into protection mode. Like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to mess with her. That's my wife and my kids. So whatever you doing, you don't direct nothing to her. You direct it to me. So what's good? And that actually in that moment, because we haven't been married long, we probably, let's see, we got married in 98 and then 9/11 was in 2001. So we haven't been married that long. But in any case, in that moment, it was like there wasn't nothing that he could ask me for that he wasn't gonna get. Simply because I saw the way in which he reacted to that situation. And I was scared because I was like, they could shoot him, they could kill him. And what you know what I'm saying, like in this situation which was so silly, and I'm like, and he just jumped up, you know what I'm saying, to protect me. And in that moment I decided, I was like, you know what, first of all, I ain't never finna leave this dude. It would have to be some real catastrophic stuff going on for me to leave him. And then number two, there's nothing he can ask me for now that I won't give because of that.
And Kendra, the reason I wanted you to tell that story, or just a story, is so dudes will stop throwing your damn respect away.
I told you you would have an excuse.
Oh, you got an excuse. Oh Lord. Anyway,
you get what I'm saying, Kendra?
Yeah.
If your husband had led with his money and wanted respect, you can't put a price on that. That's why you can't lead with your wallet. What that man did was priceless. That he would lay down his life for. And you dudes want to give it away off of money and monetary and paying bills and putting her in a house. Man, get the hell out of here. Your negotiating tactics are weak. And you need to learn how to negotiate and look at, and BGS, I think you might be right. When Officer Charles, when y'all talk about black dudes don't see themselves in a high light.
No, they don't. You know,
it's sad.
I had a friend of mine, right? And he was another dude that worked 70 hours a week, right? And put his wife and his kids in a nice house, and when the kids got grown, they brought their grandkids and stuff like that. So he had a house full of like 8 people that he was taking care of by himself. And it was never enough for that chick. He was taking care of her, he's taking care of the kids, he's taking care of the grandkids, and he working 70 hours a week. He's the only one working. Do you think she gave him respect? He used to call her high dollar because she was never satisfied.
Right.
So I know.
Well, I mean, when it comes to, you guys said something earlier about why paying for things. When it comes to paying for your house, your situation, you should do that just because you're the captain of the ship.
Yeah,
that's your duty.
Yeah, it's your ship. It's your duty. Yeah,
that's your duty. But just because that's your duty to take care of your ship, don't think there won't be a mutiny, or at least an attempt.
You like Kendra said, you're gonna if you want to be the captain of the ship, okay. That woman to comply with your wishes, you have authority over her. She ain't got to, she don't have to have respect for you. She can bite her tongue.
That's true.
She can bite her tongue. And if you've ever sat in the council of women, especially old women that are married, you can tell the ones that respect their husband and the ones that don't.
Right.
and it was never really about the money.
The captain can lead the crew to gold all the time, but that don't mean the crew gonna respect him.
No, we basically it's like if you have good bosses and bad bosses. The ones that you respect, the ones that are good to you, that earn your respect, you respect them. The ones that don't, you comply because you're being paid, and you have to know the difference. If you don't care, the chick is there. If you're rich and you marry a young chick, and you know that you're 67 years old, but you want a young chick in the house, you know what you're getting. You look at Donald Trump. You know what you're getting.
Yep.
I gotta give it to my wife, man, because we were, when I was in the military, and I was like, I was apart from her for a while, so we were doing it kind of long distance before she married me.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to move in with me, but I kept telling her she couldn't. I was like, I don't want you to move in with me unless you got a plan to get down here. Like, what's your plan to, get a job? You can't just magically appear here and then, all that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
And then she was like, while I was deployed, I was out to sea or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She came up with this whole plan and sent it to me through email. I got it through a transmission while I was out, and we were basically living in this apartment, $400 apartment. With an air mattress and some dish utensils.
Yeah,
and that was it.
That's
all we had.
Yeah, that's all she had. If she's down for you, she's down for you. I know my son's wife. Okay, the reason that I impressed upon him to marry her in the first place is because she was 100% down for him. She would do anything for him. I do mean anything. And trust and believe, he ain't rich. Okay, he ain't rich.
That's why they couldn't understand why I stayed. Well, he's sick now. He can't work now. So what you gonna do? What you mean? What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stay right here. I'm not going anywhere. Why would I go somewhere? Well, he was making this kind of money, that kind of money, girl. And so it's another man out there. You ain't got no kids and blah 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 blah. And it's like, okay, yeah, I could make that choice. Like technically, I could make that choice, but my thing was, I could go get another dude with some better money, but is he gonna be a better dude? Is he even gonna be the same level of dude that I got?
Yeah.
To me, going to get another dude with more money was not necessarily a step up. That didn't dictate that he was better or not than the man that I had. So it's like, okay, I could get a dude with better money that treat me like a piece of shit. So what did I really do? Did I get, what I'm saying, better, or did I play myself? So it's like, I'm not going anywhere because this is the man that I actually love. I actually fucking respect him. I'm getting respect from him. It's not like he doing nothing to me. So why would I do that? That didn't make sense to me. Like, it just didn't make sense to me. It's like what's that saying? A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush.
Yeah.
Why would I drop what I got when I know what I got? I like what I got.
And you took him as your man.
Yeah, so then why would I drop that and be like, well, I could get this other kind of dude? I don't know what kind of dude that is. And you know what I'm saying? It was just stupid to me. It didn't make sense. And I was like, okay, y'all can get out of my relationship. I call myself trying to confide in one or two little girlfriends, but I see y'all stupid. So we're not going to have this conversation anymore. You're not going to tell me that I got to leave. You're not going to convince me that I got to leave my man.
Yeah.
Whatever situation we in financially, you ain't got to deal with it. So you just leave me alone.
Yeah. You know what? The thing that boggles my mind is that these are the same dudes that 2 years ago was crying about being a utility.
I know, right? Like, same dudes that was talking about wanting us back on the plantation. We're human doings, not human beings. And now they're talking about making themselves an object, the very object that they were trying to get away from. It don't make no sense to me.
It just blows my mind. And that's what I was arguing. I'm basically, I don't even know what JB was talking about. I wasn't saying that you couldn't do what you want to do. All I was saying is, if you want to be a utility, and that's the way you get down, and that's the way you run your relationship. I have no problems with you doing that. Okay, but don't beat up other men about their situation. It's like they think that your situation is better. Even Donald Trump was saying the exact same thing. No, he because with his woman, his woman respects him, and she's a good woman. She was a good woman before he started paying her bills, before she moved into his household. So basically, her being a good woman, her being respectful, her being whatever she is to him, basically, her reward, or basically his duty to her. And I believe that Kendra might not say his duty to her, to a good wife, is to take care of her. I would never say. I get on my son about that. He's going through this crap with his wife. I said, and I get on him. He knows I'm pissed about it. Okay. You have a woman that will do anything, a beautiful woman, not ugly chick, a good looking woman that will die for you. And all you got to do is take care of her as a man. I said, if you got a woman that's 10 toes down for you, that will die for you, that's good looking, everything that you want, it's your duty to take care of it. Be a good husband to your wife.
Right.
That's your duty as a goddamn man. If that woman is who you want, and she's doing what you want, and she's serving you as a wife, she's doing her duties, it's your duty to reciprocate as a man and take fucking care of her. I told him that from the very beginning. You got a good woman, take care of her.
Right.
If she wasn't, I wouldn't tell you to marry her or even do anything for you. You have a good one. They're a good woman for you. Because every woman ain't a good woman for you. She might be a good woman for somebody else, but a good woman for you as a man is your duty to take care of her. Whether it's 50-50, 80-20, whatever it is, that's your duty to take care of her.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's another thing men don't understand either. They don't understand that. And this is what I had to come to terms with when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm.
Men do things that are different than what you used to understand.
Mm-hmm.
And when you meet this is the reason why men, and they don't understand their masculinity doesn't have the right response for a lot of the feminine output when it comes to a high level feminine woman. But that goes the same for a man understanding his own masculinity.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you understand your own masculinity, you are compelled to take care of a woman who submits to you in a feminine way.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even really a choice at that point, because that's the innate part of masculinity, is to provide and protect. And that provision and protection isn't always in a physical and monetary form. You can protect the woman by giving her the knowledge to protect herself. You can provide for her by giving her the knowledge to provide for herself. Men are very dynamic, and they shouldn't box themselves into these one or two understandings. That's what limits your ability to think and attack the situation as it comes. A lot of men don't understand that.
I want to reiterate what you said, Wolf, because I was going to say something like that too. But I'm just going to say it in a different way. Like what I was thinking was, BGS says it's a duty, and it's true. But when you're in the position, and these dudes know, just like the dudes who like switched up from the red pill as soon as women started coming back to the table, they switched up because they realized the atmosphere was changing too, and then they started acquiescing to them. Right? It's like when you get in that situation and you're with a woman who is down for you, it don't even feel like a duty to do it. You just do it because like it, like you can feel that that's the right thing to do.
Well,
Right.
you know what? Okay, maybe I'm old school. I'm an old dude. All right, so give me a little room here. Okay. If a woman's down for me, she's doing what she's supposed to be doing for me as my wife in my household. Whether I love her or not, it's my duty because she's in my household. I see a lot of dudes that might not even have lost that love for the woman, but guess what? That woman's been 10 toes down for his whole entire life. I'm not leaving my wife.
Well, and that's the the part about it that men don't understand. And this is how personally I know that I'm not speaking to a man who has reached the same pinnacle of masculinity that I'm at, because we don't speak the same language. Because there are some things that I say to him that he understands, that he says to me that I understand, but that becomes the point where this conversation can no longer be had because you lack the fundamentals of understanding when it comes to the tier of masculinity that I'm at. So that's the reason why I don't have a lot of conversations with men about what they're supposed to be doing. I tell them what I do.
So I'm listening to all you brothers, and shout out to everyone on the panel. I usually on my panels, I usually try to talk about family building. And I think me and my wife, we get on at times and we talk about our coming up from a single trailer with no running bathroom to where we are today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I never want to show or tell them like, hey, this is where we are today. We're rich and no, like I don't mind talking about bust my ass for 3 jobs. And, you know, by the time I get home, I fall asleep on the floor and she like fixed me some lunch and I go right back out the door. I can understand it is a stoic sacrifice that as the captain of the ship, you are going to have to embrace. You know, that's something that a lot of black men, when they talk about, well, I want a woman, I'm like, do you know what you're taking on?
Yeah.
Do you know what you're doing? Because like Kendra's husband, you got to have times where, listen, you got to just stand on your own 2 feet, regardless of whatever's in front of you, and you're going to face it. And I respect men who do that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I never, even, and I tell them, even if you're not in the home, you still be that man. You be that man that she needs you to see that you can be. My wife, I go orientate her and myself. I say, babe, let's go get our Class B license. Why? Because just go get it. Now, if she respects me, she's going to go get it. And I see her right there at the table studying, just like I'm studying. Heck, we get together and we have study sessions to go get our Class B license because I usually keep our household goal oriented to go higher than what we were last year. Because I watch my friend Rafi, his family, they're Pakistani. They have a store. And I always try to tell black men, I said, look at the Indian woman. If the man is working, the woman's right there sweeping, cleaning, maintaining the store. So if he gets another store, guess where she's at? She's right there working, but they also have the kids in the back learning. So they're learning multiple tasks while he's still providing an atmosphere for them. And it is possible. You know what I'm saying? And I always, that's why I always try to look at us as men. I hope we would be carpenters. We would be builders. And the woman, she comes by and she helps polish it up and helps maintain what we're building. Right. And that to me, when I do, oh no, hell no, I wouldn't have her. I said, no, dude, if you train them, if you provide an atmosphere, a bubble for her to work inside of, you know what I'm saying? And you study on you studious over, right?
But that's true. The thing is, like sometimes, like Kevin says, you got to build a plane while you're flying.
Right. Oh, that's so true, brother. That's so true.
And like when you started, there was no bubble for her, man.
Right.
When you get for a guy who's a wife, there wasn't no bubble.
Right.
She and her. You guys were out there. It was you and her against the goddamn world, man. And dudes respect that. That's when you know that woman respects you. She's down for you, because when there wasn't nothing, when there wasn't anything, she was there. That's how come Bezos did not give even blink an eye to pay his wife that $20 billion. Didn't even blink an eye. Never said a word. He just paid her. Hey, you know what? Here's your cut. I'm getting ready to go this way. He did not blink an eye. Everybody said, "Oh, he gave her $20 billion." No, there was no bubble when they first started. Right. So basically, he's giving her cut as she earned. She earned that shit. That's why I never had a problem with Bezos paying her off. Hey, she earned it. She was there when there wasn't no Amazon. When he all he had was a desk and she was helping him with the paperwork. She earned that shit. That's why he didn't say nothing.
And that's my thing as well. A lot of men don't understand that you have to have an environment before you invite a woman into your life. This all goes into having a plan for a woman, because there are two things that I believe women are innately drawn to
Mm-hmm.
in their happiness, and that's
Mm-hmm.
having children and perpetuating the man's purpose.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen women be as happy doing something that's so burdenous, other than those two things. You know, so if you have the environment created and you have a position for a woman to play, she's going to acquiesce and fall right in line,
She'll
and you
she'll
get to dictate the rules of your environment, and she'll fall with the rules.
she'll follow the rules, and she'll follow the
Yeah,
purpose. The thing is, that doesn't mean, and I can tell you, that doesn't mean she's gonna respect you. So you bet before you even invite her in, you got to make sure that the respect is there.
most definitely, most definitely.
That's
They're
what I'm saying.
always going to be.
She will comply. I never said she wouldn't comply. If you provide a direction and purpose for, um, and she feels it was with her to her agenda, she'll comply. If you already got everything set up for her, yeah, she's gonna comply. She'd be fool
Oh,
not to.
I'm not saying rolling out the red carpet. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is
Mhm.
that if you have a plan, your plan could literally, your environment could literally be a process that you want to implement that is going to get you from point A to point B. That could literally be your environment. And if you dictate the rules of this environment, she will acquiesce. Now, like you said, she may not be super cooperative with it, but that's where your principalities come in. Your
Yeah.
principalities are a filter for these women who do not get with your program, because you stand firm in your direction. Women are drawn in many directions by their emotions
Oh
because
yeah.
they filter through that first.
Yeah.
So therefore, you as a man, you need to have principalities to ground you in your reality and
Mm.
not let a woman draw you into these many directions that they go in.
I mean, it's better. It's better if you have a plan and a direction and a purpose before you. One, I always say that because if you don't, and BMT can even say this, because you don't even know what kind of woman you need unless you have a direction and plan for your life.
That is so
Right.
true.
Yep.
Because you will. It's God is my witness, because I've done it. Okay, when I have a plan and a purpose, I always got the wrong woman.
Yep. Exactly.
And I didn't know where
Exactly.
I was going. And by the time I figured out where I was going, guess what I had?
The
I
wrong
had the
woman.
wrong woman.
What's going on, everybody?
I'm a witness to that shit.
I
Okay.
think
and,
that's
and, and many men they get women and they don't know what to do with them. The amount of what a man thinks about, generally speaking, when it comes to what a woman does in his life, is maybe wash his clothes and give him sex.
Be-
Like,
be-
no, she has a much higher and more important
be-
purpose
be-
than just those things. And if
because
you don't tie her hands up, she will become tumultuous.
okay, a lot of guys. Okay, this is because that's old school, right? Is that, and I think I've talked about this ad nauseum. The reason that marriage and it works so well back before, I would say, 1970, is because men and women were trained for their roles.
Yep.
yes,
And
yes.
Yeah.
it didn't matter. Bottom of the top, where'd you go, man? Should have spoke up. Uh, then they were trained for the roles, and I even said that if my mother's 81, my pops is 83. If he died today, guess what she would be doing?
Same
The,
thing.
the exact same thing, whether he's here or not. You know,
Yep.
I've seen too many women that whose husbands are died, and they ask me, "Mama, why are you still doing that?" Because I saw that's all I know. I was
Yeah.
Yeah.
trained to do this, so I'm going to do this whether he's here or not.
Yep.
Right.
And
That's
they
my grandma
don't,
said.
yeah, they don't do that anymore. So you ask, well, why come marriages don't work the way they do? Because you didn't raise wives, you didn't raise husbands. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
my father, it didn't matter. No matter which woman he got, he's going to do the same thing.
They didn't establish the
Because this
building
is
blocks.
like Kendra says, there's wife shit and there's husband shit. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Kendra knew how to do wife shit. Her husband know how to do husband shit. Okay, when they got so Kendra could have been, plus because she's Muslim, she could have been a perfect wife for 50 different guys because of her training, and vice versa. That's one thing about Muslims, that why relationships work so well, because each party is trained separately to do their part. So when you put them together, guess what? It's just almost like a machine. It's automatic. They put her in the house and let her go. You might give her a few directions, to tailor to what you want. But basically, you put her in the house and let her go. Same thing with us. You put him in and you let him go.
Mm-hmm.
I so agree with you on that, BGS. I think one of the things about it, because like right now, I think the thing about it is people. I feel like we all have our lane or our path to run, and like I said, when I would watch, like my father would tell me the proverb how the man would go in the field, but he would instruct the woman with, this is what I want my stuff to be sold for and as. So take the servant and go sell it as is. You know, and she follows your design so long as you set up, yo, this is the pricing of what we want. And if you do this correctly, we can get another vendor stand. And I don't think, and again, it all comes down to respect. Money can't buy that woman's loyalty. You could try, and I know a lot of dudes say, well, I got the money, I got this, so she gonna fall in line. All right, you know what I mean? We've heard say that thing, and we see how that goes. But if she's there, she watches your plan. That's like if you, like how you talk about with basketball players. If the coach shows them, hey, you do this drill, you do this move, and if they see that the play consistently keep on working, they're going to be like, oh shit, coach got something going. Like, no, we just need to keep on what he's saying. Just keep doing it, and it's going to keep working. But he's going to be weak on that side every damn time. So that's the thing about being a strategist in your own home. And that's how I look at. That's how I believe I was raised as a man. You got to learn how to strategically, maneuver the people in your household and their strength. I told one of my daughters, baby, you suck at washing dishes, but you're good at vacuuming the floor. My child said, okay, can I do that? No, but the other child understood her plan. My wife, she knows her lane and she don't try to step out of it. I think that's the thing about it is we don't train our people to stay in their lane. We especially for a lot of our men and women nowadays, they try to, well, so-and-so's not here, so I don't have to maintain that. When there's certain cultures, that's all their women know is just to do that. Nothing else.
And BMT on that note, that's why I brought up BG. I always bring up BGS's video about the look of defeat that young black girls have. That's where my sympathy comes from for these young black girls. These young black girls know how to do everything else in the world except for be a fucking homemaker. And all these dudes are saying, I want a homemaker. I was raised in a single mama home. I don't want to have I don't want to be like that. I want to be with my family. I want a homemaker. And these young girls are looking online, looking on YouTube, getting shamed for being called pick-me's and all that shit. You know, but especially for black women, they don't understand that the higher up you go, those dudes want homemakers. They don't want to come home and talk to you about business. They don't want to come home and they want to come into they want to plug into a new video game, which is called a family, and take their mind off that shit. Follow me? They want to. That's what brothers who are moving up want to do. And these sisters are seeing.
And that's I think there was a video, I think I sent the BGS on it, where it was a feminist woman. She was on a panel and she was saying the same things. Like, you know, when you got a guy who's a CEO, he doesn't have a CEO wife. He has a homemaker for a wife because he's the breadwinner. And if these women want husbands, then they're going to have to take lesser men. And that's the men that they don't want. Because because they're not tuned for that.
Yeah, they've been, you know, and this is the thing. This is the thing where they just put out that I think that the news report where millennial women are making or actually more breadwinners amongst millennial women than their mothers. That's true, but that's not news. That's, you know, like I said, I always the Richard Sachs pointed that out back in 2012. They achieved that balance that they wanted, where the equity, where a third of women in households were breadwinners. Right. The thing is, what they're noticing, the women don't like being breadwinners. That's the issue that they're having.
Well, and they're also noticing on the medical side that those exact same women are getting male pattern baldness. They're actually taking more depression medication, and they're actually drinking more to deal with their problems. All right, you're creating a new creature that wasn't designed to be in that environment.
in a
Like
male
what
dominated
BMT
space.
Yeah, what
Well,
BMT said earlier about, you know, a woman being taking pleasure. A woman wants to take pleasure in her world, in
right.
her nest, in her bubble. She don't get two fucks shits by nobody else. All she care about them
What's
babies
up,
she got, her
BGS and
husband.
everybody on the panel?
So
Okay, bro. Yeah, we got about 15 more minutes, and I'm gonna jump off here. But
Well,
you got the last. You know, go ahead, bottom to top, jump in.
So what can you do to help these guys? Because they're losing right now, and it looks like they need some help. I mean, the respect was on point, but the problem that these guys are losing, you know, they can provide, they can protect, they can lead, but they run into the problem of having that money, and so according to some women, being able to provide means you have to make more money than the woman. And then if you don't make more money than the woman, then you can't lead them. So what would you say to these fellas out there?
That's all the way. I tell them wait a year.
Yeah.
That's what I tell them.
No, he's the reason he's saying that is because once black women, 8 out of the 10 jobs that will be affected the most by automation is what black women do. As they start to lose their job, this is why I talk about this game I play with my daughter. Everything about you is good. Now I'm going to take away your beauty. Negotiate, right? I'm going to take. Now we can go with a black woman, right? So we take away your vagina and your money. Negotiate while you're good for me. What do you bring me to the table, right? You have to. Well, I could do this. Well, but you're not feminine. You have to teach them how to negotiate again. The problem is dudes are willing to give them the whole fucking ship without putting a structure and order in, so that they can. If the environment goes back to being good again, guess what they'll do? They'll just walk out the door again.
Yeah, I mean,
I
just posted I just posted an article about there's goodbye middle class, when it actually showed you government documents from the Social Security agency knows what everybody makes. That's the one agency that knows what everybody makes.
Exactly.
Okay. Everybody's income has to be reported to the Social Security Administration. They know what everybody makes. When they say that over 50% of all people, not just black people, because you know black people are closer to the bottom, right? So when you say average of Americans, you subtract about 20% for black men and black people, right? So it said 50% of all workers make less than $33,000 a year. That means the barrier to entry, the barrier to actually being a man of means is actually very low.
Hell,
so
you could say I'm a man of means. I only make 40.
You make 40, but thing is 60% of all Americans, not just black, all Americans don't make $40,000 a year. The barrier to entry is very low. So the thing is that as you know, and as this automation thing starts grinding people up, if you just want opportunities to be made, and all it is about income, then all you got to do is maintain your job, because there's going to be, and even if at that, you know, if you're at $20,000, you just having a job is going to be a factor. So not having enough, basically you looking around and said, okay, well, you go find somebody else. Don't let them. Don't let them tell you that it's not enough. Okay, well then, what's your plan?
Well, that goes back to the same argument though of you can't buy a woman's submission. That feeds back into the same argument that we were just making earlier. But what I want to say is that that's part of the issue. The part of the issue is that men aren't investing in themselves in many ways other than just money. Yeah. Because here's the thing about being a leader. Here's the thing about submission. You have to be a leader in order to get submission. Nobody submits to their coworker. They submits to their boss, right? And the reason why the boss is because he knows how to allocate each individual person in the position that is best for them. So that means that boss has to know what every position is and what it entails and how to do the job. This requires of you as a man to invest in yourself to be able to do each job.
Yeah, but what are you saying is that the dude has all that, and he just doesn't have the money. That's what he was saying. He said, "What would
Oh,
I say to what I would say to men that have all the stuff that you're talking about, but doesn't have the income?" Okay, one, if you all that, you should have at least the middle income.
exactly.
That's one. That's the first thing I would say. But if it's just about money and you got everything else, all you got to do is wait.
Well,
Because you have at least 50% of the women, all women to choose from.
true, but at the same time, me sitting where I am, I'm not even breaking the sweat to make the money that I make. So I don't really take excuses from a lot of people because I know that I come from Detroit. I come directly from Detroit, straight from the bottom. And I can't account that some of the things did happen to be luck, but a lot of it came to what I was willing to invest in myself. None of my job requirements called for me to learn Japanese. None of them called for me to learn geology. None of them called for me to learn biology. None of them called for me to learn chemistry. None of it
Mhm.
calls for that. But guess what? And at damn near every topic that anybody talks about, except for politics and history,
Well,
I got you. I can lead you in
but
those things.
90% of the dudes don't have that aptitude, Wolf. Come on, man.
Yeah.
But I come from Detroit. I come from here
Yeah,
where,
but
where I
you're
put
an outlier, man.
basically you can come from the hills of Ghana, man, in some backwood forest, and if you have the aptitude to learn it, you have the aptitude to learn it. Or you could come from rich people and they don't have the aptitude to learn it. It doesn't matter. The thing is, if you have it, you have it. But the thing, all you have to do is be given the opportunity to actually express it. Some people do,
One,
some people don't. So
one, one
it's
thing,
a mixture of both things. Go ahead.
one thing that I've never seen is a person with the willpower for change to continually fail. That's one thing I've never seen.
It happens all the
I've
time.
seen,
I've
me
seen it too.
personally, I
It
haven't
happens
seen.
all
I've
the time.
seen plenty of people. I've seen plenty of people go through tribulation, trials. You know what I mean? But eventually, they get there as long as they keep pushing.
If they keep grinding.
I've never seen nobody die trying. You know what I mean? I've always seen them accomplish something before they get to the point where they have no more breath.
What's the difference between a Michael Jordan and the guy that didn't make it in the league?
Luck.
Willpower. Willpower. Willpower.
There are a lot of dudes that can ball.
How many basically a coach can tell you they ain't even amongst athletes, ain't that many dogs, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Go ahead, Sheet. Jump in, man. I don't have much time.
Nah, I was just listening to y'all, man. Yeah, and I was going back to what y'all was saying about the dude that pretty much where his girl makes the most money and everything. And it's crazy because a lot of these dudes now they getting to the point where they want the women to take care of them, and then they still want to be the man of the house, though. You know that because me being I'm only 36 years old, man, and the crazy part, I mean, most of my friends, family members and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just women just run over a lot of dudes, like comparatively that I know. And I'm looking at them, and I'm like, I'm pointing this stuff out. I'm like, dude, why are you letting this go on?
Self-worth.
Yeah,
he
They
needs to
don't
put us to
understand the self-worth.
and he's not, and he wants that woman so much that he's not willing to take it. Hell,
Exactly.
a lot of dudes, because Rollo Tomasi calls this one-itis. Okay, and you're getting zeroed out. You think that if she leaves, I don't have anything, so you're not willing to take that L. There's a lot of dudes. I mean, it's not even a black story. You listen to Rollo Tomasi. Go to there's a couple things he calls on his YouTube channel called Zeroed Out. Okay, about dudes that have been married that are successful. Blah 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 blah. Got a wife. She leaves him. All of a sudden, he's ready to commit suicide. All right.
BGS, I just talked to BGS. I was talking to my co-founder about that. And he was like, I said, I'd never date a white girl or marry a white girl. He looked at me. He's like, you went to private school. I said, hey, I'm telling you, I got too many white friends that fucking went through divorce and got fucking raped. White women are nice and lovely up front, but on that back end,
they want your body. They want their pound of flesh. They do.
Pound of flesh, man. It's not worth it.
You found the flesh. Anyway, closing thoughts, man, because I'm gonna jump off of you. I know is Angry Man still on, or
I think he's still on.
Okay.
I got one closing thought, but mine's a question. So y'all guys go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
My question is on the dark news. I I don't know if you saw my comment. It talks about the list that he's going down.
Oh.
And I couldn't hear number 9. I didn't know if you knew what that was.
I might have cut it because I thought I had it marked. And
Okay.
if I'll go back and listen to it again. I thought I had marked. I thought he got all his points in because he
got them all in. It was just number 9 that just got cut off. That's
okay.
all.
Okay.
I just thought I'd ask because
just email me, man. I'll send you the sound.
Oh, that'll be perfect. All right, thanks, man.
Okay.
All right, guys, you have a good one.
Anybody else?
BGS, I'm gonna call you old school there. I'll call you OG. But I just need you to expand on the respect aspect of being a man, and what to look for in the relationship.
What to look for in a relationship? Basically,
well, just the respect, the respect person.
Basically, first thing I look for is caring, right? Does she care? If she respects your time, if she respects who you are. When I'm dating a woman, basically, especially when I was younger, I used to give her my work schedule, right? This is time. These are the hours that I work. These are the days that I work. This is times that I'm busy, right? Okay. After about at least 30 days, the good women, the women that actually respect you and respect your time, respect who you are, memorize that. They know your schedule better than you do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're into you so much that they know your schedule better than you do. When you're working, when you're not working, when you're off, when you're gonna fucking be home. They know that, right? And the women that don't respect you, that are into something else, they're not as into you, or they're into you for their own reason, they're not. That's the first thing that I look for. That's the first thing I look for. Do you have you memorized my work schedule? So if you're calling me and I'm at work, or you can't memorize the days that I work, say if I don't work a non-standard week, you can't remember the days that I'm off, then that's a red flag for me. That means you're not into me like you say you are. You're into me for your own reasons, and I got to figure out what reason are you into me. If that makes sense. That's the first thing I look for. Does she care for you? Does she respect you? Does she respect your time? If she does that, respects you, respects your time, all that kind of stuff, that's where it starts. Because a woman that doesn't respect your time, she's in it for selfish reasons because you're there to serve her. If that makes sense.
Yes, it do, brother.
That's the first. I mean, there's countless others, but the thing is, that's the first thing. As far as money is concerned, I tell you about my son. My son at the time wasn't working when he met his wife, right? Okay, he was working, because he was playing ball. He was trying to do his thing, and she was working at. She was a waitress, okay. To help take care of him, she went and got a better job. Because there wasn't enough money for the both of them. So she went and got a better job and gave him the money. And followed and lived and died on his word. So the fact that you have to be paying 100% of her bills for her to respect you is bullshit. Because I know better.
Yeah.
Either she does or she doesn't. Now if you're paying 100% of her bill, you would get compliance. Okay, like Kendra said, if you want compliance in your household, well then you're gonna have to step up. You're gonna have to take up the heavy lifting. If you want your word to be absolute in that household, then you have to be the monarch in it. So I get that, but as far as respect is concerned, it has nothing to do with money from my observation. Anybody else? Go ahead. Anybody else?
Now I was gonna say that's true, man. Because I mean, I know a person, man, guy married, and his wife, she beats him down, man. Like just give him hell.
Mm-hmm.
When it come to situations in the house,
mm-hmm.
when he was working and he was paying all the bills,
mm-hmm.
she only respect him but so much.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he stopped working and trying to get something else, she just went full force. And I told I gotta tell my friends,
I ain't gotta listen to you no more. Like a kid.
It's the training. It comes from the mother. It's generational thing.
Mm-hmm.
The mom teaches the daughter, hey, don't let no man run you. You run your household. You do this, you do that.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I know I heard one lady, she was saying how Oh, I'm gonna make my daughter get her own house. I'm gonna make my daughter get her own place.
Mm-hmm.
You don't move in with a man because if a
Mm-hmm.
man do something wrong, you can kick him out and put him
Mm-hmm.
on his ass.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's the
I have
reverse.
control. I have control
Mhm.
because they didn't like that. You know, a lot of women.
All
You know,
right.
I was shocked when I heard my aunt said this, and she was, you know, she only had one husband to the day he died, and they were
Mhm.
married. Good Lord, 55 years or more, 56 years. I heard it from her mouth, you know, her own mouth. You know, she loved him, but she had her own mind. Let's put it that way. She had her own mind. Anybody else? Because I'm gonna jump off here because I'm gonna see if he's gonna come back at in about an hour and a half. I'll see if he comes back. So if you guys want to join me when he comes back, but I think Argument has a stream on. I didn't want to cut into his time too much, so I'm trying to really make this short.
Okay.
So anyway,
All right.
I would say that if you're paying for your wife to stay, you're hustling backwards. Because you only pay prostitutes to leave.
you are hustling. But the thing is, I know dudes that do it. I know why they do it. I know that it facilitates whatever they're trying to do, whether they want to, it makes them feel better about themselves. They got a pretty woman on their arm and it basically elevates them as far as status. I know what they do, why they do it, or they just have to have her. I ain't got no problem with it, but understand that's what you're getting into. I'm not saying that you can't do anything you want. Just understand the situation that you're in. Don't make it something that it's not. Anybody else? Wolf, got closing thought?
Well,
That's it.
my closing thoughts probably is going to be, as far as respect goes, I'm of the firm belief that you don't disrespect anybody that you look up to. Me personally, I've never disrespected anybody that I had reverence for.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I had reverence for them is because they knew something that I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that, as a leader, the more you put within yourself, the more you'll garner natural respect from the people around you, including your own woman.
Mm-hmm.
So
It
I would definitely employ men to invest in themselves if they want respect in their environment.
That's one thing that I said. I said in the video. Okay, how do you get respect? Basically, you become the best man that you can be.
Yep. That's my closing thoughts.
Even a bum, if he's the best man he can be, even if he ain't got no money, people will respect him.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm gonna jump off here. So I'll see if he'll show back up at after 10. So about maybe a couple hours, I might boot it back up. So if you guys want to join in, if you're still up, come back. But anyway, go ahead.
One other thing, I got 2 channels for the people that's listening. I know you guys are probably subscribing to this channel and looking at the content like, what the hell is this? I have another channel called Wolf and Beta Close. That's more of what you guys.
What type?
Type the shit in.
We'll type the shit in. Pimp the channel, Negro. You guys been with me a long time. I don't have to tell you. You don't have to ask for permission. If you've been the people that I don't really know, okay. I don't want people just to randomly come in and start advertising on my channel. But if you've been riding with me, you ain't got to ask. Just pimp your channel, man.
Oh, and I want to thank you for posting some of my videos on your community page.
Shut up, man. Shut up.
Well, fuck you too, well.
Yeah, fuck you, yeah, nigga. Anyway, y'all, we'll see if he shows back up, man. I doubt it, but I'm gonna jump off. We go back. Valdez got a stream on, man. So all y'all that's listening, anybody got a link for Valdez? While we got,
I can get one real quick.
Yeah, post it Valdez's link real quick because I cut into his time. I apologize, Valdez. This was not planned, so I didn't want to cut into your time. So if he's still on, jump back over there. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, JB. You still listening, man? I know you're listening. I know you listening. I know you get the updates. So I know you do. So, and you were exactly where I thought you would be, in the comment section. Instead, I'm running a live chat and you was in the comment section, but I knew where you'd be. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna jump off of here.
All right, see you, sir.
All right,
later.
Peace.